Okay, this is a quick Hydretain video update. It's kind of windy out here, so forgive the wind. Anyway, for the last 2 weeks, temperatures have been in the mid 90s without a drop of rain. And this is turf type tall fescue, and it is, for the most part, still living. Hadn't died off yet, as most people thought. Partly because of the Hydretain helped me get through that drought that we had. We got some rain last night, real good rain. But that's the first rain in over 2 weeks, and of course it's been in the mid 90s the entire time. And I did suffer some fungus, which you can see right here. So I didn't get enough. I did put the fungicide out, just didn't get enough out, apparently, to where I suffered some. This spot here, that's a situation where there used to be a tree there, so I just cut it, and I didn't dig enough of the stump out, so the roots doesn't have anywhere to go. So I'm going to have to dig that out just to get some depth, so the roots will be able to go deeper there. So that's the issue with that spot. But the rest of the issue is that's that rhizoctonius, I believe, pythium blight or something like that. Brown patch is basically fungus. So I put some azoxystrobin on and some propiconazole. I'm kind of doing a 1-2 punch with those two chemicals to get the fungus under control. But so far, I mean, it's not all brown. We're about to be in July, and it is hot here in North Texas. And this is my first year going through the summer. And it's not really bad. And I will say, under the shade is the best. This is where it holds up the best. So definitely, if you have shade trees, this is what you want to put in there. Of course, Bermuda will not grow up under here. May get some St. Augustine to grow a little bit, some zoysia, but you know, this turf type tall fescue is hanging on. And I plan to overseed coming up this fall, and I'm going to do a different cultivar. I'm going to go with the Titan RX, which is a rhizominous type tall fescue, which is supposedly spread through rhizome up under the ground. So I've seen good results with that. This here is GCI turf that probably a lot of people have heard of online through social media, like YouTube or something like that. And it's doing okay. But before I found out about the Titan, I found out about GCI. I have a couple bags of it left, so I'm going to be using that. Since I already have this GCI here, I'm going to overseed with the Titan RX brand. So anyway, it's still here, and the RGS, the humic acid, the Hydretain, all those chemicals that I use, along with some practices like not watering all the time, I water only when it needed. So I try to develop strong roots here. So I just turned the sprinklers on this June. This is June. This is the end of June. It's June 20th right now, and I just turned the sprinklers on for the year. Actually, I just turned them on since last year. I didn't have them since the last overseed when I planted this, so it's okay. So with that being said, it is it's grown a lot. I've had to repair some sprinklers, so I was able to take a look at the root system as I replaced the sprinkler heads, and it's pretty deep root system right now. So hopefully, if I can get through July and August, I'm going to start chopping it down. I'm going to overseed again, and I'm going to double down on this, and we're going to see what this turf type tall fescue does here. So far, it's not the best lawn anymore because it is hot, and you did see my struggles, but it's okay. It's not growing as much, and I'm not cutting it as much because of that. So where I was cutting it 2 to 3 times a week, I'm going, maybe once a week or once every 10 days or so, just to try to keep some of the weeds that I have blended in. Really, honestly, that's the reason why I'm doing it, because I still have some Johnson grass and Dallas grass, which Fusillade 2 is supposed to wipe that out for me. So, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Right now, we're just going to get past this this stress period. I don't want to put any herbicides out, and really it's too hot, because most herbicides you can't put it out when temperatures are above 90 degrees, most of them anyway. For people who are thinking about or will do that, I saw an example when I was riding from Memphis the other day. I saw the apparently they put some herbicides out, maybe some MSMA, because that's they can use that, and they put it out when it's hot. Well, all the trees along the entire length where they put out, the bottom of the trees were dead. Somebody put too much, and that's what happens when the chemical gets there and gets over 90 degrees. The vapor creates that vapor, and it takes to surrounding trees. So I don't want my shrubs or my trees to be subject to that. So I'm going to wait until cooler temperatures come around to use any type of herbicides. Maybe in the 80s, 70s and 80s. So that basically is telling you that I'm waiting till fall time. And at that time, I have to really watch it, because that's around overseeding time. So I got a short window of when I can put this out. But that's another story. Anyway, this is supposed to be a short video on the Hydretain. And as you can see, it's still alive. I'm in North Texas with the super heat, and it's still going. So someone say that you can't have it. Well, you can have it all the way up to July. Here's the proof. And after July comes, hopefully I'll be telling you you can have it in August.